All right, so let's talk about the IELTS listening section. In this video, I'm going to first describe to you what the listening section in the IELTS is, and then I'll show you an example of the listening section. So first let's talk about describe, and then an example. In the next videos, I'm going to tell you some key strategies, some important practice to do before the test, and some important general strategies that will help you during the listening part to get a nice high score. So, practice and key strategies. And then in later videos, what I will do is I will show you some specific strategies that you can use for different types of questions, like fill in the blanks, multiple choice, matching answers, and so on. So that will be in later videos. So specific question strategies. Alright, so first let's just look at an example taken from www.aehelp.com for the IELTS listening section, and then after the video I'll tell you a little bit more about what the listening section is and how it works. So let's have a look at this. Again, if you want to see more examples like this, visit us at www.aehelp.com.
This recording is copyrighted by 2 Think One Solutions Inc. and World ESL Tutors. You will hear several different recordings and you will answer questions on what you hear. There will be time given to read the instructions and questions, and you will be given a chance to check your work. The recordings will be played only once. The test is made up of 4 sections. At the end of the test, you will have 10 minutes to transfer your answers to the answer sheet. Now turn to Section 1. Listening Section 1. You will hear a conversation between 2 men as one of the men registers for a football league. First, you have some time to look at questions 1 to 5. You will see that there is an example. This time only, the conversation relating to this question will be played.
Hello there. I'd like to register for the Autumn Men's Football League.
All right. In what town will you be playing?
I'd like to play in Chester, though I'd be willing to travel to Liverpool if I had to.
The man says he wants to play in Chester, so B has been indicated for you. Now we shall begin. You should answer the questions as you listen, because you will not hear the recording a second time. Listen carefully and answer questions 1 to 5.
Hello there. I'd like to register for the Autumn Men's Football League.
All right. In what town will you be playing?
I'd like to play in Chester, though I'd be willing to travel to Liverpool if I had to.
Well, we have 2 spots left open on the team in Chester and 5 spots open on the team in Liverpool. There's a very good chance you would have to try out for the team in Chester. Are you a good player?
I consider myself a good player, yes. I have been to a number of the Autumn Men's League games in the past, just as a spectator, and I'm sure I would have no trouble fitting in.
OK, good. So we will register you for Chester then. I just need to get some information from you, starting with your position. Where on the field do you prefer to play?
I'm a midfielder, although really I can play anywhere aside from goalkeeper.
Oh, I forgot to ask your name.
Right, I guess that's important. My name is Steve Trammell.
Would you mind spelling Trammell for me?
Certainly. Trammell is spelled T-R-A-M-M-E-L-L.
Right, now I need your home address, including your postcode.
I live in Chester, of course, at 452 King George Avenue. The postcode is MS868P4.
MS868P4?
Yes, that's right.
And your date of birth, sir?
The 8th of September 1986.
OK. Now I need your phone number. Just a mobile number will do.
I don't have a mobile phone right now, unfortunately. I can give you my girlfriend's number instead.
That would be all right, I suppose.
Good. Her number is 329 633270.
Fine. I think that's all the information I need to gather from you. Do you have any questions?
Yes, I do have a couple. First, when does the season start?
The season starts on the 28th of September, although your first game is later, I think. Let me check the schedule. Yes, your first game is October the 1st in Liverpool. Let me make a copy of the schedule for you.
Thank you. Could you also tell me how long each game is?
Each game has 2 halves, 40 minutes each half, so the game is 80 minutes long.
That's a little shorter than the other leagues I've played in. Games are usually 90 minutes.
Yes, our spring and summer leagues are 90-minute games, but our autumn league has only 80-minute games. I think it has something to do with the poor weather.
You now have some time to look at questions 6 to 10. Now listen to the rest of the interview and answer questions 6 to 10.
OK, can you tell me how many players are on each team? And I mean on the whole team, not just the players on the pitch.
Usually there are 5 additional players to the 11 on the pitch, so there are 16 players on each roster. We generally find that to be the perfect number. It allows for a few players to miss a game, but still allows lots of playing time for each player.
Yes, playing time is what I was worried about. I don't want to pay my money and then sit on the sidelines the whole season. Are there minimum playing time requirements?
Yes, each player must play a minimum of half a game, so you are guaranteed at least 40 minutes of playing time per game.
Wonderful. That puts my mind at ease. Could you tell me what facility we play at in Chester?
That information is on the schedule, along with the addresses of all the other facilities in the league. Here's your schedule.
Thank you. Oh, good, it states we play 2 streets from my flat. How convenient.
That is very lucky. Do you have any more questions?
No, I think that's it. Oh wait, how much does it cost to register?
It's going to be £125 for the season, including all fees. How would you like to pay?
I'll be paying cash.
Right. Would you like a receipt? If you find that it doesn't work out time-wise, you can always bring the receipt back and we will give it.
That is the end of section 1. You will now have half a minute to check your answers.
Okay, so what you just listened to are the introduction and part 1 of the IELTS listening section. This is the first section of the exam. So what you need to know about this is, number 1, listening is the first section. The listening section of the exam takes about 40 minutes. You're going to listen for about 30 minutes and then you're going to transfer your answers to an answer sheet in another 10 minutes. So it's 40 minutes, 30 minutes listening, and 10 minutes to transfer answers. To an answer sheet. Alright, so again, you just listened to part 1 of the listening section. The listening section includes 4 parts. And they each get more and more difficult. So part 1 is the easiest, part 2 is a little bit more difficult, part 3 is even more difficult, and part 4 is the most difficult. But don't panic, just relax. It's possible to get a nice high score. You have to stay calm and pay attention to what you're listening and pay attention to the way that you're answering. So again, because the IELTS is a progressive test, each part in the listening gets more and more difficult. Usually the topics get more and more specific. Part 1 is often a very general topic about buying insurance, registering for school or sports and so on. So listening section has 4 parts. Each becomes more difficult. And more specific. Alright, so again, remember, listening is the first section. It's 40 minutes about to complete, 30 minutes of listening, 10 minutes to transfer your answers to an answer sheet, and it has 4 parts. Each becomes a little bit more difficult, and each deals with more and more specific topics. So now that we know what the listening section is, we can go on to the next video, which will talk about the general strategies that you should pay attention to and what you should do to practice and improve your listening before the exam. So again, the example was taken from www.aehelp.com. Please visit us there, join the full course for lots more practice and feedback.